Everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to say welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. Today, I want to talk to you guys about what's been going on with the stock market and a few interesting things that have happened today. The stock market started off pretty badly this morning when I talked to you all. It was kind of in the garbage. Since that time, you've seen the market recover, which has been very nice for the most part overall. Right now I think the Dow is down, or actually it's up a little bit. I think it ended the day actually on a positive note, which was pretty cool. But for most of the day it had been pretty negative and pretty ugly. And so anyway, I'm going to go through a few things that have been happening, and hopefully I can help you figure some things out as you make your next investing move. If you could do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Also, give me a yes if you can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. And also, if you have kids and you want to educate them on economics, we have some financial workbooks and flashcards for kids. You can go to financialworkbooks.com, and on the checkout, use the code word morning70, all one word morning70, and you can get actually 70% off on the workbooks. So we have workbooks for every grade level. They cover stocks, investing, and money. And so you can go to financialworkbooks.com, use that code morning70, all one word. All right, so here are a few things happening in the market now. Number one, we talked earlier about recession fears stemming largely from the uncertainty of the tariff conversation. The tariff conversation has been pretty unfortunate for the market. The mood of investors has been very, very bad, and that's been a big drag on the market. And now today, I think that we actually ended up in slightly positive territory, which is good news, because this morning when I bought a bunch of stock, the prices were actually lower. So that's pretty cool that everything went up after I purchased. Remember, I told you I buy dips. That's just what I do. But then sometimes you have to think about the dip and make sure you're prepared for what might be in front of you. I'm prepared. I know that maybe the dip is going to last for a long time and that it may never recover, or may not recover for another 2 or 3 years. I'm okay with that. Sometimes you got to wait to get the money, but the money is usually coming when it comes to the stock market. The other thing that's interesting about this market is that Goldman Sachs, they just lowered their S&P 500 forecast because of these tariff concerns. It says here that Goldman Sachs has revised its S&P 500 forecast downward for the second time this year. So they've done it twice. They anticipate a 5% decline over the next 3 months and reducing the annual projection to 6%. Oh, 6% growth in the S&P. Okay. The adjustment reflects apprehensions that the administration's tariff policies may decelerate GDP growth to 1.5% and increase inflation by 3.5%. Now, that's ugly. That's not good. Now, Nvidia. Does anybody own Nvidia? Nvidia has been hit pretty hard. I'm actually going to pull Nvidia up on my screen so we can kind of look at it together. It looks to me like Nvidia is down, and what I'm going to do is I'll give you an assessment as to whether or not I think Nvidia is a buy or a sell, and I'm going to give you just kind of a head start on what I'm going to say. I'm not big on Nvidia just because I'm concerned about any stock that's really risen this much. You see right here, Nvidia today, it had a bad day. It had a bad week, 10% decline, had a bad month, 13% down, lots of volatility. Y'all can see that, right? Let me know if you can see that on my screen. I could try to make it bigger, but I'm doing my best. And then you go back 6 months. What do you get? Look at that. I mean, it's not so much just the decline, right? You have a 10% decline in the last 6 months, but you have it looks like the freaking Rocky Mountains. It looks like the Rocky Mountains, like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, like somebody's up in there having sex or something. They making babies up in here, just up and down, up and down. And I don't like that. I mean, I think there's better places to put money. And there's something about Nvidia stock that never sat well with me. I bought Nvidia like when it's on a split adjusted basis. I bought Nvidia when it was about $8. It's now 108. I literally bought Nvidia when on a split adjusted basis it was about $8. Why did I buy it? I bought it because when you're a bonus dad, you have to earn the connections with the kids, and because the kids are like, at least my wife's kids were like, well, our mama likes you, but we don't know if we like you yet. So the oldest, the boy is always the toughest one. So their oldest boy, it took him years to really even want to have a conversation with me, but I was very patient. And one day he comes up to me and he says, "Hey, Boyce." I said, "What's up?" He said, "I think you should buy Nvidia stock." And I said, "Why?" He said, well, because they make the chips that I use for my video games. And I think that's a good company. And I said, okay, great. Let me go buy some. Let me show you how to buy some stock. That's how you can introduce stock investing to your kids, by the way. Just introduce it like that, like with some related to something that they're interested in. And so I bought a bunch of Nvidia at that moment, literally because I had that conversation. And lo and behold, a few years later, Nvidia just explodes, and it goes, again on a split adjusted basis, it jumps from wherever it was $8 to 108, and we made a killing. I think the $6,000 investment became worth $100,000, and that was beautiful. At that point, I just didn't feel like this was a company I wanted to buy more stock in. I don't like buying after the hype starts. I mean, sometimes the stock keeps going up, but you can see with Nvidia, this stock has really not done all that well this year. It's a great company. They control half the freaking planet, and they make money. They make more money than Jesus, but they're just not. The growth is not there. See, when you invest, you're looking for growth. You're looking for something that you can buy low and sell high. You're not looking for something that you can buy high and sell low. You're not looking for something that you can buy high and sell high. You're looking for something you're going to buy low and sell high. And in this case, with Nvidia, the best you can hope for is that you buy it high and that you can sell it higher. And I just didn't. I wasn't really sure if I felt comfortable with the fact that this company leans on pretty high margins. They have damn near a monopoly, at least in their segment of the world when it comes to chip design. They're selling to some of the biggest players in the AI space, companies that are fully capable of making their own chips. So one of the things I remember thinking was, I said, if I'm Facebook and I'm giving Nvidia 20, $30 billion a year, whatever their crazy number was, and I'm Microsoft and I'm giving them billions of dollars a year, then I probably got people in the back that are planning on how we're going to make our own chips. And that's what's been happening. And then you have the DeepSeek moment. So if you look at Nvidia, you go back a year, this stock has done well in the last year, but 20%, I mean, there's a lot of stocks you could have made 20% on. Now, if you had it for the last 5 years, then Merry Christmas. It's 1,672% over the last 5 years. But if you say, what have you done for me lately, the last 6 months, Nvidia has not been a high performer the last 6 months. And also, the other thing about Nvidia is that at this stage, there's still a lot of question marks. I still don't feel safe buying this freaking stock. I don't know why. I just am looking at it. I'm like, because the other thing too is I feel like just little changes in the information set, just little shifts among their competitors could completely disrupt this company's massive advantage. So Nvidia stock has been dropping, and it's a lot of it's connected to the IPO of a company called CoreWeave, which is an AI company that uses a lot of Nvidia chips. And so Nvidia, CoreWeave's problem spilled over into Nvidia. Now, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you have not done that yet. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. And by the way, we do stock options and stuff in the Black Business School. So if you want to generate income from selling stock options, feel free to go to drboyceprime.com. We have a great program over there that I think you guys would like. I'm a finance professor. I was on the faculty of Syracuse University. And now I talk to Black people every day, and then people who are not Black come in sometimes. You're welcome to. But I love Black people. I'm Black first. Y'all know that. And so anyway, if you could hit the thumbs up button, please do that. Thumbs up. And also, this podcast is on Spotify, so you can look me up on Spotify. All right. So some other things that are happening right now. How many of y'all saw what Elon Musk, like he's been taking a butt whooping lately? Anybody seen what's been happening with Elon and Tesla stock ever since he got involved with politics? How many of you have been following that? Elon, I was really interested and intrigued by the fact that Elon has lost probably $100 billion in his net worth since Trump got elected. I mean, it started off beautiful. It started off as a honeymoon. Now it's turning into a nightmare very slowly. You look at Tesla stock, it dropped again today by 1.6%. It dropped the last 5 days, 9%. The last month, it's dropped by 11.5%. Last 6 months, it's been pretty flat, slightly negative, not very negative. Year to date, it's horrible, absolutely horrible, 31% year to date, which is just sad and gross and terrible and horrible and just freaking pathetic. And the thing about Musk and Tesla is that he's hated right now around the world. He's really getting a lot. It's really hard for him to do business right now. And I imagine the pressure is pretty heavy on him right now because he's got shareholders he's got to answer to. And the shareholders are like, look, dude, we love you. We believe in you, but we're not going down with you. We're not going to go down with the ship just because you have this affinity for right wing politics. And so the stock price decline has been pretty massive, almost historic. Their European sales have dropped by 47% compared to the previous year. So growth is supposed to go up and to the right. This is going down and to the right. And this was after a 50% decline in January. So this occurred despite a 24% increase in overall EV sales. So people are buying more EVs in Europe. They're just not buying Teslas. Also, the analysts have really reduced their Q1 delivery forecast. They're only predicting 315,000 units, some of them, which is a pretty low number for Tesla. So what's happened is that, and as the drama has occurred, and remember, drama and money don't go together. Drama and money don't go together. So Elon Musk is being a little bit ghetto right now in terms of disrupting the wealth of his shareholders. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all come from dramatic families where everybody's fighting and stuff like that and getting into crazy stuff. And I bet you that if your family has drama, there's a good chance that you got a lot of broke people. You got broke people fighting over nothing, and the drama makes it hard for you to build a business. The drama makes it hard for you to settle down and save money. The drama makes it hard for you to set up that family investment club. So if you want to know one of the formulas for economic success, it's manage the drama, manage the drama. Don't be fighting with your spouse. You should be getting money with your spouse. Don't be fighting with your friends that you started that business with. You find a way to resolve conflicts. Don't fight with your siblings. Love your siblings and then get to the money. That's how you succeed. So so uncertainty is bad for money. Drama is bad for money. Elon Musk is bringing both to the table for Tesla shareholders, and that's why they're pissed at him right now. They're mad at him. I don't blame them. I own some shares in Tesla and stuff like that too. I'm kind of looking at it a little bit strange because I don't understand what the other side of that plan is. Now, here's what I'm going to say, though. Here's something that's going to sort of flip to the other side. I'm being devil's advocate with myself. Most of the analysts that I've seen talk about Tesla stock have said glowing things about this company. They have said that once you get the robo taxis out there, Tesla is a true winner in this space. Once you get into AI, like what they call not solid AI, solid state, physical AI. That's the term, physical AI, where you got AI inside a robot that's washing dishes in your kitchen. Apparently, Tesla has an advantage on that. I've tried their AI chatbot Grok. Grok is really good, so they're really competing in the AI space. I think that Tesla might be a buy. I really do. I think that if you have patience, if you can hold your nose for about a year, I wouldn't be surprised if your Tesla stock ends up making all that money back and then some. I'm not telling you what you should believe. I'm just telling you that this is what I'm seeing. I'm being as objective and as honest as I can be. I don't really care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. All I care about is that I help you get money in your pocket. So if you want to know my reaction to Tesla, I'm going to buy some more shares and just sit on them because I think that there's something here. I really believe that. I might even buy some long-term, deep out of the money options or something and just see if there's some money to be made there. But I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know when it's going to switch around. I've heard discussions about the Trump administration pushing forward to things that are growth positive, like lower taxes and deregulation of business. If they do that, then that will probably be a catalyst for growth that could end up pushing the stock market back up. Believe me, these rich people, they're not going to sit there and let their money just dwindle away over their principles. They're not principled people. So just know they probably have a plan. They've got a plan. They're going to get money. They're going to get this market back up at some point. They just may not do it in right away. That's the issue. All right. So basically, with Tesla stock, let me pull it back up on the screen because I want to take a look at that. Hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And also, if you want to join us for Money in the Morning, we do a class every morning called Economic Elevation. If you want to elevate your economics and get smarter, we do a free morning class every single day at 10 a.m. Eastern. So just text the word morning to the number 87948. So text morning to the phone number 87948. So here is Tesla stock. So year to date, 31%, 0.6% down. That's terrible. But the last year, look at that. Look at that. I mean, just this, look at perspective. Perspective, like my mom used to say, look at God. Look at God. Anyway, look, if you switch your perspective, this is crazy. Tesla stock looks like a complete absolute dog if you go back to the beginning of the year. But if you click and go back a full year, you've made 47.9%. How crazy is that? 166 right here as high as what was that? 479. That's pretty cool. And even now, with all the money that they've lost, they're still ahead. The long-term investors of Tesla are still winning. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. And this really speaks to the multivariate dynamic of wealth. See, a lot of people, when they see that Tesla is losing money, they assume that that means Elon Musk is losing money. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if Elon Musk is losing money. He ain't going broke, but I don't know how much money he's losing. You know why? You know why? Well, because he's diversified. He's well diversified. This man owns what, 40% of SpaceX. SpaceX is growing by leaps and bounds. SpaceX is valued at over 100 billion. So this man has money everywhere. He's got other, other dishes cooking on the stove. So you can go burn down a Tesla factory. You can go and camp out in the parking lot of the Tesla dealership. You can get, go vandalize people's Teslas and make them not buy a Tesla. But what people don't understand is that don't know economics. They don't understand that this man has protected himself financially. And also maybe he's willing to go down to just a measly 100 billion in net worth to do what he's going to do. So I don't think this is going to slow him down. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that all these boycotts and everything are really going to work. But then again, you can decide what you want. I'm not telling you to like the man. I'm just telling you, I want you to like the money. I want you to have money. So if you look at Tesla, just to finish this up, you go back 5 years, you see Tesla investors over the last 5 years have 7x their money. So if you've been a long-term investor, that's where the big winners are. So if you want to be a big winner in any stock, let's say you want to go to you want to jump into Tesla and you want to do well. My belief, my thought, my honest perception is that you want to be a long-term investor and don't just get caught up in the short window, because the short window will deceive you. What else is going on? Trump Media and Technology Group, which is kind of like a BS company. It's kind of crappy, actually. The parent company, True Social, became the first company listed on the newly established New York Stock Exchange, Texas. So it's New York in Texas. So it's like rough New Yorker meets the country boy down in Texas. All right. So New York Stock Exchange, Texas, while its primary listing remains on NASDAQ, which Trump's company, this move signifies a competitive shift in the stock exchange landscape, with Texas emerging as a potential financial hub. I think that's going to happen, right? I think that what happened during the pandemic, I'm going to say this. I think that the blue states got it wrong. They were so caught up in these vaccines and everything that they just literally shut everything down, and they made their cities into death zones. They killed their businesses. They made people want to leave. And even my wife and I, during the pandemic, we got so sick of just being locked into everything in Chicago. We went down to Florida and we spent a gang of money down in Florida. And I thought, I bet you there's a lot of people who are doing what we're doing. So it didn't surprise me at all after the pandemic when the southern states recovered and grew financially. The northern states, or the blue states, did not. If you go to San Francisco, it's not so good. Chicago has a lot of problems. It didn't have before the pandemic. You go out to Seattle. Seattle was so scary. I thought I might have to hurt somebody when I was in Seattle. I said, what the hell's going on? I feel like I'm in Gotham City right now. So ultimately, the honest to God truth, it was Portland I was in. I'm sorry, but Seattle, same thing. My friends in Seattle say the same thing. So what I'm saying is that you're just gonna see a lot of economic activity go down south. In fact, actually, for the first time ever, or the first time since the Civil War, I think the South actually has more economic activity and a higher GDP than the North. And I think a lot of it was because the red states were quicker to move past the pandemic. They were quicker to say, no, Ohio State, my alma mater, they wanted to cancel half the football season and everything else. But there were people down in Alabama that said, no, we're ready to play the whole football season because we're not scared. So long story short, I think that this move down south is something that started really during the pandemic. I think it's going to continue, and I think that you're going to see a lot of financial hubs appear in warmer places. In fact, a lot of people move from New York down to places like Miami, and so Miami's actually grown as a financial hub because of that. So this is pretty much everything that I'm seeing right now. I just want to give you guys a quick update on the market. I don't think today was such a bad day. I thought it was going to be a terrible day. It turned out to be a mediocre day. I'll take mediocre over what I thought was going to be terrible before. And so I feel like that it was perfectly fine. Now, one thing I want to show you guys really quickly, if you want to take a look, if you'll indulge me and take a look, we have really great financial workbooks for kids. And so, like, this particular workbook is for first through third graders, and it covers investing. And so, it basically gives simple examples that allow children to learn about investing at an early age. And we have a whole bunch of these things in terms of different grade bands and stuff like that. So, one of the beliefs that we have is that we believe, and we know for sure, the studies show that the sooner you introduce your children to investing, the sooner they're going to be prepared to compete. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of our kids just being raised to chase jobs and to beg and to be financially desperate. That's beneath us. That's not who we're supposed to be. And so, anyway, we have these financial workbooks. And so, and in fact, we actually have something called the Black Wealth Ambassadors Program, which is pretty cool in that what we do is we support you, you support the school. And so we allow you to buy these workbooks for literally 70% off. So that drops the price from $40 down to $12. So if you want to buy the books cheaply, and as well as all of our other products super cheap, you could resell them if you want to, make it into a business. If you are into this and you know others that might be into this as well, that want to educate their kids, you can start a family investment club. And so if you text the word wealth to 87948, then you can actually get the discount that way. I'll text the discount out right after I get done with this video. So text the word wealth to 87948 and you can become a Black Wealth Ambassador, which gives you a license to buy a lot of our products for pennies on the dollar, for prices barely above the cost of making them. And that allows you to resell and start that as a business, but also it gives you the tools. So some of you, we have three types of students. We have some people that use the books to just resell. They sell them to other people, go to school districts, stuff like that. And then two, you have some that just want to give to the community. They see kids that come by the house, they give them workbooks, they give them flashcards, they give them copies of my book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. And then you have those that also might use it as a teaching tool. So if your goal is to form some sort of educational process for yourself, for your kids, for your family, then you've got everything you need. You don't need the universities, you don't need the public schools, and you don't need the media. When it comes to Black wealth, nobody really teaches Black wealth. Nobody teaches us how to overcome our problems in a specific way based on our specific situation. So that's what we do. We are the Black Wealth Surgeons in the Black Business School. We'd love to support you. So text the word wealth to 87948. And also, if you go to financialworkbooks.com, you can go and use the code now if you want. The discount code is morning70. That's all one word. I'm gonna type that in the chat, morning70. So just put morning70 in when you make your purchase at the checkout, and the discount will appear immediately, and it's going to cut a lot off the cost of your book. Buy as many as you want. Our kids will ship them to you personally. So anyway, have a good day, everybody. God bless you. And thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Thank you.